In today's video, we're going to talk about my off-the-wall independent adjuster cost. The lines that are in red are my expenses. But first, a cool question from our audience member, Shayla. Shayla says, I have a Florida 620 license and would work for an insurance company, but I want to be able to do adjusting for other things. The requirements in Florida says 12 months before I can apply for the public adjuster license. Would I be able to do both? And would I need to be licensed in other states? These are great questions. I do look in my comments, so if you would like to get your question read, go ahead and post in the description below. Shayla would like to be licensed in other states, and this is possible with a 620 license. Your public adjuster license may not be reciprocal in other states for Florida only, because Florida has some really unique rules. They have this stipulation of this apprenticeship that is 12 months, but if you work with a company, I heard that can be reduced to 6 months. Now, if you live outside of Florida, I don't want you thinking about this because it is way more information than what you need. I suggest that you talk to an advisor, somebody that can help guide you through it, whether you live in Florida or not. That way you know exactly what you need to do. It's very easy to get tripped up because this is a new industry and you don't want to trip up to hurt your earning potential because you never know when a storm is going to come. Do you have a burning desire to get your question answered by a professional like myself? Leave a comment at majoradjusters.com. The link is right here. In today's video, we're going to talk about my off-the-wall independent adjuster cost. When we're looking at this statistic here, the industry is telling us that it pays on average about $68,000 a year. Well, at least it's the median pay. That means a bunch of people got paid on both sides of that. And that could be you. Why not you? Why not now? Now, we're going to get to the expenses in just a moment, but I always get these questions about how to get work, how to get started, where can I get some more information, where can you contact me? I'm absolutely happy to give you the resources to be able to do that. Number one, if you're looking for work, you do want to get on our email list here. But I want to make sure that you're here because you want a career and not a job. It's very important to understand that JOB is just over broke, and you're going to want to have life-changing money, and that takes a career. You have to be involved in your own training. You have to be involved in your progress just as much as those overseeing you are. So you must understand that this is not a job. You job hoppers, I've been there. Those looking to make a quick buck or get rich quick, this is not that. We are one of the most highly regulated industries, so it's really not a time to play around. So be very serious about choosing this if you're choosing this as a career. The cost of deployments may surprise you. So we're going to come back to this slide in just a second. But first, I just wanted to give a quick shout out to my recent subscribers. Thank you so much for letting me know that this is material you're interested in and that you want to see more of. Whether you're new or whether you've been here for a while, you can vote on next week's topic in the comments. I do read those and I do reply. As I mentioned, we're going to talk about the cost of deployments. We talked about it briefly during my lives. Let's share my screen. Okay, so here we have it, the beginning of my expenses. This deployment date was mid-November. It was after November 11th. September 11th. September 11th. So we're looking at lines number 1, 2, 2. Lines number 1, 2, 2 right here. Okay, let me change that color. Okay, yep, ShopRite. ShopRite is not a store in Atlanta, Georgia. So I know for sure that's ShopRite. is not correct. Okay. Next, we had the staples. This was definitely during my deployment. So we're at number 123. So those are the New Jersey Turnpike expenses. So the lines that are in red are my expenses. During the deployment, during the Hurricane Ida deployment. And remember, it started early or mid-September. It was definitely between early, not the start of September, because it was after September 11th. A lot of eating out. You got to eat something. Eating out. You can supplement eating out with groceries. However, it's still, like where would you cook and things like that. You could stay in an extended stay, but do you have time to cook when you're working on a deployment? And it's a deployment. Eat good. I just spilled a cup of Starbucks in my car too. So I really don't doubt that. I actually don't doubt that much, but you guys have. So these are all the expenses. A lot of dining. So flying to get to the location, that's an option. Then you have to rent a car. Sometimes people drive and they rent a car, or they borrow a car from someone they know, but that's still a fee. Lots of flights booked. So Walgreens got to get your little care, your COVID protections, your allergy medicines. And my